A suit worn right is the epitome of what it means to be a gentleman. When you walk into a room with a tailored suit that matches the vibe of the event you're attending, you will capture the attention of that room without saying a word. However, so many guys aren't quite harnessing this power to its full potential. So, in this video, we're going to share the coveted secrets of how to wear a suit properly. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. So why wear a suit? With a good suit on, people are going to take your ideas more seriously. They're automatically going to look to you as a figure of authority and maturity. And the simple act of putting on a suit will change your perception about yourself too. You'll feel $1 million, and this confidence will help you to land that second date, secure that raise, or do anything else that you've been dreaming of in your personal life or career. Now, let's talk about the fit of your suit. This is just as, if not more important, than the material and quality. If you rock a $200 suit that's made for your body, you will look 10 times better than the guy who spent $3,000 getting one off the peg. Why? Well, suits are all about one thing: refinement. They are meant to be the sharpest, most elegant outfit in your wardrobe. But if your sleeves are hanging past your hands and your trousers stop at the middle of your calves, you're going to look more childlike than sharp, no matter how good the materials and quality. With that being said, let's take a look at the ideal measurements for your suit. You want the shoulder to lie nice and flat, with the seam connecting the sleeve to fall where your arm and shoulder meet. The suit collar should hug your shirt collar snugly, leaving you enough room to move your neck without creating too big of a gap. Likewise, your suit's sleeves should leave about ½ an inch of shirt cuff poking out when you're in a neutral position. The overall jacket length can be a tricky one, but you're looking for the jacket to fall where the middle of your hand sits if you were to stand with your hands by your sides. And finally, when you're trying on trousers, you need to make sure that you pick a pair that fits your waist size well. If you go for something too big, you'll find that the material sags around your thighs and rear end, which is not good for business. On the other hand, get something too tight, and let's just say you won't be leaving anything to the imagination. Fitted on the waist correctly, your trousers should never require a belt. As for the trouser length, you're looking for the material to make a small break above your shoe, where the material creases ever so slightly before falling above the heel. Now, let's get something straight. The likelihood of finding a suit off the peg that matches your body dimensions perfectly is slim to none. As a result, you're going to want to go to a shop that specializes in suits. These shops will always have a tailor on hand to alter different measurements and proportions to your liking. Getting your suit tailored is the key to success when it comes to rocking a perfect suit. So don't be afraid to spend the extra money on a tailoring service. Next, let's take a look at the only 4 suits you'll ever need. Now, first up is what we like to call an office suit. This is, as you might have guessed, your everyday workwear suit. It's formal and sophisticated, but also comfortable enough to wear for long workdays. This will also be the most versatile suit in your wardrobe and can be used for other formal occasions. For color, keep it simple and classy with a dark navy or grey. These will never look out of place. You can go with either a double or single-breasted jacket for this piece, depending on your style and preferences. Though a single-breasted jacket will probably be a little more versatile. As for your base layer, keep it simple with a high-quality tailored shirt. White always works wonders, but you could experiment with light blue or even pink if you're feeling adventurous. A silk striped or plain tie in darker tones completes the look. And finally, with shoes, let's keep the class flowing with some polished Oxfords, brogues, or double monk buckles. You can go with black or tan as long as they're shiny and match your belt. The next essential suit is a weekend or casual suit. This is your go-to outfit for those events that you want to dress to impress for, but aren't quite formal enough for a full three-piece suit. Cocktail parties, date nights, even just weekend hangouts, you name it, this suit will handle it. This suit is all about toning things down while maintaining elegance, so it should be made up of separate pieces. A pair of suit trousers and a sports jacket in a contrasting colour, and a shirt with a few buttons undone and the sleeves rolled up, of course. Alternatively, ditch the shirt completely and go for a polo or turtleneck. Pair this with a neutral pair of loafers, espadrilles, or even sandals, and you'll be on to a real winner. This suit is where you get to show off your creativity and personality. So don't be afraid to experiment and get creative. The more you experiment, the more you'll find what works for you, and the more confident you'll get. The third suit that every man needs in his wardrobe is a wedding suit. Now, we're going to be a bit cheeky and cram two different suits into this category. If you've got a summer wedding coming up, then you want a suit that matches the bright weather. Keep the colours light to match the summery vibe, and don't be afraid to open up a few buttons on your shirt and get creative with your tie. Material is also an important factor when it comes to the summertime. You don't want something too heavy and warm, or you'll be reduced to a pile of sweat before you even make it to your seat. So we recommend a lighter linen blend, which is much more breathable and will keep you cool in the summer heat. And for shoes, let's keep those summer vibes flowing with a nice pair of tan loafers or lightly coloured brogues. For any other season, keep the colours a little darker. Navy, olive, grey and brown all work excellently. As for material, a wool blend is never a bad option and blends breathability and warmth nicely. For shoes, opt for a pair of black leather Chelsea boots, Oxfords, or even a darker pair of brogues. And finally, you gotta leave a little room in your wardrobe for something particularly fancy. Yes, we're talking a tux. Sure, you might not need one all the time, but when that black tie invitation comes through the door, you don't want to have to resort to renting for the 1,000,000th time. Tuxedos traditionally come in black, and this is always a great starting point. You'll have a few options, like whether to opt for a single or double-breasted design, and whether you want silk lapels. But don't feel confined by tradition. If navy suits you better, then go for a navy tux. You could even consider switching things up with a tuxedo made of separate pieces. With a tuxedo, you do have a little more creative freedom with your shoe choice. If you're attending something more formal, you can't go wrong with a nice pair of Oxfords. If the event is a little more casual, consider a pair of loafers. So, that's everything you need to know about how to wear suits the right way. Until next time, stay stylish.